I branched off and became the membership marketing guru. At the time, we had 25 clients and 20 employees at our company. And so it provided a wonderful kind of greenhouse, if you will, for my membership marketing skills. Because if I wanted to create a campaign, I could create it for 4 or 5 associations over here, market it, test it, and then do something different with 4 or 5 others, and do something different with a bunch of others. So, and I had staff to implement all of this stuff. So, it's like, all right, I want it, create this, it's got to be all hand addressed, live stamps, this is the way it needs to look, do it. And then they would make it happen. And, some of it was wildly successful. Most of it was, pretty average, and of course a lot of it did like absolutely nothing. So, but it gave me a great opportunity to learn. Some of the things. We had one association that we were able to. When they became a client, they represented less than 30% of their potential market. And that's a nice thing about an association is a lot of times, depending on how you define your market, you're able to have a list of all the potential customers that you could serve. And in this one, we certainly had. We knew every single company that was a player because they are all licensed. And because they're licensed, they have a there's a list. They had less than 30% of membership in the association. We were able to get it up to 98%. They represented all but 2 companies. And
Which one of these was this?
The Florida Association of Professional Employer Organizations, and then the Florida Association of Housing and Redevelopment. Okay, FAPIO, we had 90%. FARO, we had all but 2. Dermatology Association, we were able to increase the dues rate by 44%, which is like unheard of. And we also increased membership by 1/3 more. And this was actually one of the associations where there was a very complicated application process where they had to put in their boards, and they had to, it took them, it generally took like 12 to 16 weeks to get a doctor to give us all the documents they needed to give us in order to qualify to be a member. And so, on top of that actual paid membership, there's another file of people that never quite qualified. So, in terms of turnarounds, the Financial Service Centers of Florida, we were able to turn around that association within 10 months as of a deficit of $60,000 to a surplus of $72,000 just by incorporating some basic systems and marketing. The Florida Association of Convention and Visitors Bureaus really had dissolved. They had suspended the bylaws, and we took it now that they represent 99% of the tourism industry in Florida. And we were able to, some things that, without even like a ripple, without even a comment, a negative word, we took their highest dues category from $2,500 a year up to $6,000 a year. And, and then all the other categories scaled up as well. All of this from the marketing stuff that you guys know about. But, in some of the background, like the Florida Association of Professional Employer Organizations, their dues is $15,000 a year. The FAPIO, Florida Association of Professional Employer Organizations. So that 90% is at a minimum dues. These are very large sales that we're able to make with like a sales letter. And I think I gave you a membership renewal letter in here for FAPIO. But when and I'll show you, I'll point it out when we get there, but they're writing a $15,000 check based on a 3-page letter. But when you get to where you represent like the whole industry, who wants to be the first one out? Who wants to be the one that gets left out? And so it's important too to define your industry in such a way that and you can define it so that you do represent them all, but so that you really lock in the members. I gave you a list of clients I thought of when I went through the list. There's actually more. We also represented the Oriental medicine folks, which that's a whole nother seminar.
That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Or not.
One story. There is a member who attends all the events, and she's a skinny lady, but she wears nothing but panties and her tattoos. So the next tab on page 7, how many associations is enough? The next several pages is nothing but the list of associations serving in the accounting industry.
Wow.
There are 250 associations serving accounting, from CPAs to accounting to state associations. The first list is kind of, so there's folks that do nothing but mergers and acquisitions accounting, which is, how when the books come together, what do they need to look like, and how do we value the different assets that we put into the books together. There's an association of forensic accountants, which come in after the fact to figure out. So the company hasn't kept good books. They come in to figure out what's happened. Fraud examiners. So this is just one industry. You could do engineers. It would be a similar list. You could do plumbers. They're pool contractors. I mean, the list of associations is long. I think I did run it real quick. There's 258 different accounting associations, and who knows? I may have missed one somewhere. But they even if you're looking to create one for accounting, would it matter at all if there were 259 or 260? No. If there can be 258, there can be 260 or 360. People belong. They want to belong. They want to participate. They want to be a player. They want to be part of something that's bigger than them. And so to the extent that you're able to give them that opportunity, then you'll be successful in creating and launching an association.
My name is Alex Neem, and my websites are cashnowevents.com and cashnowsecrets.com. And what we do is we help clients make big bucks in real estate investing without having to buy real estate. For me, actually, the idea of using the association as a separate entity, its own profit center, and also as a way to boost your core business, I think it's just a phenomenal idea. Like I said, we could see using the association to quickly add several hundred more members to our program on a continuity basis. And since we charge about $100 a month, that's some pretty good continuity coming in immediately. And Rob here actually gave an example of somebody in our industry who tripled their coaching fee. I know the fee was already quite high already. So right now our fee is around $15,000, and I could see basically by using the association, we could probably add another $5,000 or $10,000 per member for our high-end coaching program. So for us, the bottom line in the next 12 months or so is easily in the six-figure. And longer term, I could see that actually going way past that. So this is a very, very valuable program. And I really don't think there's really that many people outside of Rob that can actually teach us the way it's been used. For the simple reason he's got a really unique experience of actually having worked with association to actually generate money and also using that to boost an information business as well. He's uniquely qualified to do this. There's a lot of folks here who are information marketers, but like I said, most of us only understand a very small portion of what an association is.